bringing you this update because I've seen these comments down below so many times over the last few weeks, and a lot of you here in the community are saying, hey, can you just like give us an update? Like, where are we at right now? Like, what's going on? Can you break this all down for you? Yeah, exactly. Let me break it down for you as far as what we know as of right now. Now, full disclaimer, all of this could change at any given moment again, right? I think we all completely recognize this. All of this is subject to change. Anything could change at any given moment. There could be another big announcement. Who knows? In 20 minutes after I post this video, there could be another big announcement tomorrow. Who knows? Or maybe there's nothing for the next 3 weeks. I don't know. I'm just saying all subject to change. Anyway, here's the deal. When it comes down to the tariffs, okay, so yes, the Supreme Court struck down the IEEPA, I-E-E-P-A tariffs, okay? Yep, they ruled those to be illegal, unlawful. Fine, okay. Well, moments after they struck those down, the president came back and implemented a 15% global tariff on all trading partners. Okay, and the president's been working to implement other duties as well to bring that tariff revenue back. Okay, well, we also recognize, again, going back to early 2025 until through January of 2026, the United States brought in about $300 billion of tariff revenue. It's a lot of money, okay? Now, here's the thing. With the president bringing in these new duties and the $300 billion that has already been collected in duties, which they're not paying back, okay, please be prepared, they're not paying that money back. There's been a lot of headlines out there. I've seen a ton of headlines and all kinds of remarks out there saying, oh, this could sit in court for years. Yeah, you know why? Because it's not going to get paid back. That money is never getting paid back. If they do, they maybe pay back a teeny, tiny portion of it. Long story short, United States government is going to keep that $300 billion. They're not paying that back. I mean, if they do, it's going to be a very, very, very small percentage of it. Either way, I've been saying this for a few weeks now, which is the president and the administration needs a big win right now. Okay, and again, I just want to make this very clear. I'm not here to make a political video. This is not a slam on the president or the administration, nothing like that. Anything at all. I'm just simply making some facts here and just pointing out some different details. They need a major win right now with the midterm elections that are coming up, okay? So just because the Supreme Court struck down the IEEPA tariffs does not mean this is all game over on the $2,000, okay? The president could easily do this. If he just so wanted to do this, they could do it in a variety of ways. Remember, the whole idea behind these $2,000 payments was literally just a distribution of the money that the United States is bringing in from the tariffs. That's it. That's all it is, okay? Does that mean that has to be where the money comes from? No. They've got like a million other places that they could find the money to do this. Just because they say it needs to, or the original idea was to be paid out from the tariffs, doesn't mean that they can't find the money somewhere else. They 100% can absolutely do that. Remember this much as well. I had a video out probably I don't know, a month ago, probably a month ago now, maybe less than that, maybe it was 3 weeks, I don't know, roughly a month ago. And in that video, I was pointing out that lawmakers are currently working on the next massive multi-trillion-dollar reconciliation bill, and the plan is to have that fully passed by the end of spring or early summer. That's only a little while from right now. That is not very long from right now as I film this video. I mean, what, a few months out max as far as how much longer they want to have this thing out there until they pass it. End of spring, early summer is the goal to have this next reconciliation bill done, okay? Remember this much. They could easily add a stimulus, a dividend, whatever you want to call it into that package. They could do that easily. Does it need to be funded by tariffs? No. I mean, just because that was the original idea out of the president doesn't mean that that needs to be the one and only way that they can do it. They can do virtually anything they want within a reconciliation bill, right? They can easily do that if they wanted to do so. And again, this would give the administration, the president, that massive win that he's looking for right now to basically say, you know, whatever he wants, to basically stick it to the Supreme Court. If he wanted to do that, he could easily do that, and lawmakers could easily stick that into that next reconciliation bill, okay? So again, I've seen a number of comments coming out very concerned, like, oh no, it's game over, that's it on the $2,000. Here's the thing. We don't know what's going to happen. I've been very clear about this. I've been very transparent about this over the months. Number one is, we don't know if it's going to happen in the first place. I've been saying this since late last year. It's an awesome idea. It's a really cool thing that the president wants to do, but just because he talks about it doesn't mean it's going to happen. We have no idea. I've been saying this for a while. I mean, by the time we get to, say, like October, we're going to have a very good idea whether it happens or not. And here's the deal. If they're going to do it, a massive economic crash aside, they're going to do it sometime between now and basically November. Otherwise, what's the point? After that, the midterm election is over. And remember, that's kind of the whole point of doing this in the first place, is to distribute it right in front of the midterm election. We know that. It's no surprise. We all recognize that. It's not like whoa, really? We didn't realize that. Yeah, obviously, we know that. We know the whole purpose behind this, right? No shock whatsoever. So anyway, there's a lot of different avenues in which they could still do something. And again, I said this a second ago. I'm going to say it again really quickly. We still have no idea. The odds of it happening are still just as much likely now as they were 3 months ago and a month ago before this ruling out of the Supreme Court. We still have no idea. It's just based on what the president wants to do. They could easily add it into a reconciliation bill if they wanted to. Okay, so that's that and kind of where we're at there, okay? Only time's going to tell on this. I've been saying this for a long time. Only time will tell. And the president and the administration needs a big win right now for the American people, especially leading up to the midterm election. They all know that. Let's see what they pull out of their trick, their trick hat, their hat trick, or what's it called? Yeah, their little funny hat, their top hat that has a bunch of tricks inside of it, whatever you call that. Maybe it's going to be a bunny, maybe it's going to be a wad of cash. We don't know, right? Hopefully it's cash and not a bunny, because a bunny is not going to do us a whole lot of good, right? But anyway, point being is that's that. Now, what about the $1,700? This is interesting as well, because these governors are coming out saying, hey, give us a $1,700 refund. Here's the deal. Sounds cool, but it would be kind of basically the same concept as the distribution of some type of dividend payment, something like that. Because if they were to do anything, again, it wouldn't be marketed as like a refund payment. That would not be a good marketing strategy or sales tactic on the part of the administration or the president, right? Just imagine that. They send out a payment to us and they say, here's a refund. In other words, basically telling us that, hey, sorry, we jacked prices on you. We charged you all this extra money. Here's a refund for that. That'd be really bad marketing on their part, right? That would be a really bad idea to call it a refund payment. But rather, if they said, here's a stimulus, here's a rebate check, here's a dividend payment, whatever we want to call it, or who knows, maybe they'll give it some cute little name like they typically do every single time. Maybe they do something like that and they send it out that way. Same difference, different name, different meaning, right? Does that kind of make sense? So again, long story short is that we have a lot of indecision right now, a lot of chaos, and honestly, a lot of uncertainty. We really don't know what the coming days and weeks and months are going to bring, other than the fact we just need to continue to watch everything very, very closely. And as the information is hitting the wire, as the information is coming out, obviously I'll continue to bring you updates on it, but that's kind of where we're at. Just because the Supreme Court struck down the IEEPA tariffs, I wouldn't say it's all game over on that. I would say likelihood of the $2,000 happening is just the same as what it was a month or month and a half ago before the ruling out of the Supreme